normal.
There's a chair breaking
Dude,
under David.
it's just strand by strand, just crumpling beneath my fat, juicy bum.
Booty.
Welcome back to the Eating Good podcast. I'm David.
I'm Sam.
And I'm Oscar.
And
You want me to say?
Yeah, say your name.
No. I don't.
Just say, and I'm Bella.
And this week, Marisol's out, so we have Bella stepping in for her.
Say hi.
Hi.
Now say I'm Bella.
I'm Bella.
Okay, now you can say it.
she just needed the Oscar intro. And this is the podcast where we go to different food establishments throughout Columbus and beyond. This week, Sam had choosing power. And so, Sam, take it away.
Yes, so this week it was my choice. I took us to a restaurant that I've been dying to go to for a very long time. And a couple months ago, you boys went without me, and I was so disappointed. And I had a gift card, so I was like, this is the perfect opportunity to take us to Applebees.
Woo!
So we went to Applebee's Neighborhood Grill and Bar. They offer delicious and affordable meals, refreshing and fun drinks, and a come-as-you-are welcoming environment. Applebee's is also one of the world's largest casual dining brands with more than 1,500 locations across 11 countries and territories today. Applebee's guests can count on eating good in the neighborhood.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we love that.
That's their slogan, and it's perfect because we are the Eating Good pod.
Yes, sir.
How did you guys feel when I chose Applebee's this week?
You told us yesterday. I feel like I remember popping off in real life. Like, let's go.
I wasn't mad. I like going to Applebee's. I know it's cheap, so I'm not gonna spend too much money there.
Bella, do you have any thoughts?
I was really excited because I knew they had chicken wings.
And their chicken wings are good, which we'll get to them in a bit. But I barely ever go to Applebee's. I always want to go to Applebee's. If anyone ever wants to go there with me, just let me know. I'm down.
That's good to know.
All right, should we start off with our appetizer?
Yeah.
We got the spinach and artichoke dip, and it also came with a salsa, which we were not expecting, so it's a nice surprise. I was just in the mood for this dip. It came out nice and warm, cheesy, healthy because it has spinach and artichokes in it. So
And it was a quick decision. The waiter was like, the server was like, do you guys want any appetizer to start with? And you just threw that out.
She knew.
I also was like, I got this gift card. Let's go crazy.
Right. You're at the table like, Bella, don't worry about it. We can get multiple things.
So overall, it was a classic spinach artichoke dip. Nothing special or crazy about it, but the salsa on the side was a nice touch. I'm going to give it a 7 out of 10.
Yeah, I agree. 7 out of 10.
Yeah, I'm going to stick with that too. 7's all around.
I give it an 8. I thought it was really
Ooh.
good. And the salsa, both of them were really good.
True.
Yeah.
All right. I'll give it a 7.5 because of the salsa boost. Salsa boost.
Yeah, the salsa was, I felt better than what I normally expect salsas to be. Like, it was a little, I don't know, lemony?
Yeah, I would say it was had a little like citric to it.
Like they squeezed a little extra lime in there.
Mm-hmm.
Like chain restaurant salsas can just taste just
Yeah.
real tomatoey.
Yeah.
This was a good chain restaurant
Yeah.
salsa. Even like a Mexican restaurant chain, like this is better than some of those that I've had.
Interesting.
Keep it up, Applebee's.
Alrighty. And then we also got the boneless wings with buffalo sauce. And I have to say, the wings are my favorite thing at Applebee's. That's why I go to Applebee's. I often just get the wings as my meal. Today, they were chef's kiss perfection. They had the perfect amount of sauce on them, the same great buffalo wing flavor. I mean, what do you guys think before I give my rating?
Yeah, it can really be hit or miss at the Applebee's. Sometimes they're bone dry, sometimes they're sopping wet. But today, whoever was back there, their presentation was on. The sauce, I think, was a little, I wouldn't say spicy, but it had a more buffalo flavor than I guess, remembered. And they were all really crispy and just cooked perfectly. I will say this was probably the best execution of any of the boneless wings at Applebee's.
And sometimes they leave them in the fryer a little too long, so they come out crunchy,
crispy.
too hard.
Yeah.
Mhm.
But no, today they came out perfect.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they're still cheap wings, but they executed them perfect
Yeah,
today.
Any thoughts, Bella?
No, they're just really good.
All right, let's do ratings. Boys first.
I'll give it an 8 out of 10 today.
Today, I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna meet in the middle. 8.75. It's crazy because it's an Applebee's wing,
Mm-hmm.
but I guess in the relative scale, like I said, it was the best executed today. I was very happy. I would have eaten them all if I didn't order more food, but we'll get to that.
Yeah, for Applebee's wings today, I'm giving them a 10 out of 10. I mean, if I'm going to
Nice.
compare to other wings, still like a 9 out of 10.
They were
really good today.
Mhm.
Yeah, I agree. For Applebee's wings, 10 out of 10 today.
I think we're all Applebee's believers here, thankfully.
Applebee's is not fake.
Yeah. Yeah, I think if I brought this plate of wings to anyone on any given day, they'd be like, wow,
Those are good wings.
those are real good wings.
Mm.
Thank you, David, for bringing these.
Alrighty, who wants to talk about their appetizer first?
I can talk about what I ordered.
Did I say appetizer? Who wants to
Yeah.
talk about their entree first?
I was like, we already talked about the appetizers.
I ordered the classic broccoli chicken Alfredo, a neighborhood favorite. Juicy grilled chicken served on a warm bed of fettuccine pasta tossed with broccoli and rich Alfredo sauce topped with Parmesan cheese. And it was served with a golden brown signature breadstick brushed with buttery garlic and parsley.
The
I'm collecting my
suspense.
thoughts.
The suspense.
I was up between the chicken Alfredo pasta and a burger, and I'm 100% glad that I went with the chicken Alfredo. It was a little sloppy when they gave it to me because in the picture the chicken is cut and you can see the whole shape of the chicken, but on mine they just kind of tossed it on top. Like they cut it on a separate plate and just threw it on. Overall, it was delicious. It had a good amount of Alfredo. The chicken, perfectly grilled. It didn't really mix well with the Alfredo. I was like grilled chicken taste or Alfredo taste, but they still work well together. And then I love broccoli, so
Broccoli boy.
they loaded mine up with a lot of broccoli. But I think my favorite part of it all was the breadstick. I had one bite and I decided I'm going to stop eating this, finish my pasta so that I can just savor the breadstick on its own at
Oh
the
my
end.
gosh. Did you finish your entire bowl of pasta?
Yeah, I finished the whole
That's
thing.
crazy because it was so much food.
I have a big old bowl.
Yeah, well, I didn't order as much food as David.
Yeah. As
So-
were me and Bella, we also
Yeah.
even got more food.
Yeah. But I normally don't like to get to-go boxes. If I can, I will eat all my food when I go out to a restaurant. So my chicken Alfredo pasta, I'll give it an 8.2
Wow.
out of
Nice.
10. But the breadstick, 9.9 out of 10.
9.9.
Yeah.
Just short of perfect.
If I had to, it
Then
would have been
10
a
out
10
of
out of
10.
10. Yeah.
I did see on the menu, one of the things is breadsticks with Alfredo dipping sauce or
Mhm.
something.
Yeah.
Like you just order some breadsticks on their own.
So shoot,
Yeah.
that's good to know. Now that we know their quality of breadsticks.
What did you think?
Since that was one of your meals.
Okay, so I am eating for two, and I got the 2 for $30. I went with the boneless buffalo wings, the chicken and broccoli Alfredo, and the 8-ounce sirloin. So let me start. Obviously, I gave my opinion on the boneless wings. For the Alfredo, I was really craving pasta today and fettuccine Alfredo specifically, but I don't know. It didn't hit as much for me. Maybe it's because I had options too. So I guess gotta rank them a little bit. I tried a little bit of Sam's pasta, and she'll talk about that in a second. And I really liked the sauce on your pasta, actually. This was a classic Alfredo, but I kind of wanted like Cajun seasoning because have you ever seen that like Cajun Alfredo?
I don't think I have.
Me neither.
I think that, and so since I pictured that in my head, like I was just like craving a little extra sodium, I guess. But yeah, I actually did think the chicken was grilled very well. The broccoli tasted pretty good. It was like a nice steamed broccoli, and within all the Alfredo sauce was pretty good. All in all, it wasn't a bad Alfredo. So I'm going to give it a 7. Hit the spot for what it was, but I'm going to have to take note on what Sam ordered because that sauce was really good.
Mm-hmm.
And then I can talk about the other thing that I ordered. The 8-ounce top sirloin. So it's slightly seasoned USDA select top sirloin, cooked to perfection and served hot off the grill. Served with your choice of 2 sides. I subbed the broccoli, hence already getting broccoli in the other dish, with the garlicky green beans, and I got the garlicky mashed potatoes. They weren't kidding when they said cooked to perfection because I've gotten burned in the past. Literally. Where I order the steak and they bring everyone else's food and I'm just sitting there, and since I can never bring myself to confront the waiter, I didn't say nothing until like 10 minutes later. Our cousin Cita was like, "Yo, where's your food, David?" I was like, "I actually don't know." And so whatever they brought it was cooked like a hockey puck. It was tough, but that was the past. This time I ordered it rare to give myself a little leeway in case they did overcook it. So it'd be that perfect medium rare that I want. But no, they definitely brought it out rare. And I'm not mad about it, honestly. It was very flavorful. And I was just happy that it wasn't overcooked.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm happy since I have leftovers, when I reheat it, it gives me, again, a little bit more leeway that it won't be overcooked even when reheating it. The mashed potatoes, awesome, like always. They have those down to a T. And I'm not a big green bean guy, but these ones actually hit the spot. I will say, I still think my best bite was the buffalo wings.
Mm-hmm.
But all in all, this plate as a whole, I'll give it an 8. I was pleasantly surprised. I'm saying this is probably the best trip to Applebee's I've had. So shout out to the Grove City Applebees, man. They're really holding it down.
Yeah, so Columbus has a couple of Applebee's locations in like the suburbs of Columbus.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing like in central Columbus. So we did have to drive like 15 minutes away. We picked the Grove City location, and that was the right choice.
I'm glad we did, honestly. I had some
we were skeptical about Grove City because there's some nice areas, but some not so nice areas. But the Applebee's, good.
Right. And the other option was Easton, which I would think they would hold themselves to a high standard just because of the shopping area.
Right.
But it would have been super busy,
right.
I'm sure.
Yeah, we walked in and got a table right away, like no wait. So that was awesome.
And they were pretty busy, but it was still nice and quiet inside.
Nice, quiet. Yeah, all the little kids in there were behaving.
Mm-hmm.
The service was still good, still great.
It was funny when I went to the restroom, there was this table, this family, and the dad had like a burger, and then the mom had like wings, and then the son, he either had like ribs or some like shredded steak, but I'm like, damn, he's the man of this family.
He's
the
calling
man
the
of the
shots.
house.
Yeah.
Must have been his birthday or something.
They did do a birthday song while we were there, and we
Right.
clapped along with them.
Added a little more flavor to the food too. We were over there clapping along.
Mm-hmm. Added to the experience of Applebee's.
What entree did you get, Sam?
So I got the 3-cheese chicken penne, which had Asiago Parmesan and white cheddar mixed in with the penne, and a rich Parmesan cream sauce, then topped with grilled chicken breast and bruschetta tomatoes, served with the golden brown signature breadstick. I just wanted to get a different pasta. I was originally thinking the Alfredo pasta that you guys got, but I was like, well, I know they want to get that, so I'll just get a different one. The sauce will be probably similar because it is still a white sauce, but it actually was different, as David hinted to. It did have a slightly different flavor, and I liked it also better than your guys' Alfredo sauce. I think the Alfredo just didn't have as much flavor to it, and I don't know, maybe seasoning, but I really enjoyed the 3-cheese sauce, so I would get that again if I were to get a pasta at Applebee's. And like you guys said, the grilled chicken was like grilled to perfection and seasoned very well as well.
Yeah.
But you could cut into it and see that it was like juicy, so I appreciated that very much. Yeah, overall, I really enjoyed it. I'm going to give it a 7.5. Oh, and that breadstick, really good.
Yeah.
9 out of 10.
Yeah. I'll probably have to go with like a 9 as well. Oh, no, not a 9 because can't beat the buffalo wings, but a strong 8.5.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I never eat Alfredo Like I never order it when I go out to eat. So to me, I mean, I liked it, but it's also I don't have as much experience eating it.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like Sam's sauce on the fettuccine noodles would have been like perfect.
I agree. I would have liked the noodle to slurp.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe it'll just be like, can I get the 3 cheese chicken penne, but with fettuccine noodles?
Yeah, they're probably like, yeah, we got you.
I did debate about getting the entree that you got, but because it came with penne, that's why I didn't want to get it.
Yeah, turned you off from it.
I wasn't in the mood for it.
I actually like penne noodles a lot because in high school, that's what they would serve the pasta with meat sauce.
Right.
Was the penne noodles.
Pasta day.
Pasta day. So now when I make like pasta with meat sauce, I always use penne noodles. I actually, I probably use penne more than spaghetti.
Whoa. That's dope though.
My spaghetti noodles are reserved for when I make Skyline.
Oh, true. You gotta categorize that.
Yeah.
I find it funny whenever we bring up school lunches because I feel that my opinion of school lunches was always the exact opposite of what your guys' were. Like I did not like the pasta in the cafeteria. I never ate it.
And we're over here like, oh, we missed pasta
loved
day.
It. I look fondly on school lunch.
Yeah, I was also a picky eater at that time. So there was barely anything I would eat in the school cafeteria.
I was gonna say, were you like one of those people that would always get the chicken sandwich like every day?
I got the pizza every day, basically.
Nice.
Well, I guess not in high school because I stopped liking the pizza.
So picky.
You got tired of it.
Yeah.
So do you think if you were to eat high school lunch now, you would like it or you would still be like, not good?
I would still not like it, but I would tolerate it better. Like I would eat it because I don't want it to go to waste, and it's not at the point where I don't like I'm gonna actively dislike it.
Dang, that's a crazy mindset. Because for me, I was like, ooh, I can't wait to eat this.
Right.
I know. The only thing I was excited to eat at school lunch was the chocolate milk.
It was like the opposite. I'm like, if they made me drink a whole thing of chocolate milk now, unmedicated, I would be.
But I don't think now. But at the time, you weren't lactose intolerant.
I wasn't, thankfully. Take me back, man. Bring me back my youth where I could eat all the milk.
Yeah, I did like the chocolate milk too, but it wasn't my favorite part. Definitely pasta, and they give you a little garlic bread. Yeah. So good.
The strawberry milk hit sometimes too.
No.
You didn't like the strawberry milk?
I don't think I ever got the strawberry milk because I like the chocolate milk so much. I was like, I can't risk not getting chocolate today.
What was it? Dairyman's?
Probably.
Because I think that's like an Ohio brand. Oh, yeah, their chocolate milk. Good recipe.
Bella, you're the closest one to high school. What do you think of high school lunches?
I think they're okay. I would mostly just get the spicy chicken sandwich every day.
Bella's the chicken sandwich person.
Yeah, because I just got tired of everything. I didn't really like it. But pasta day in middle school was really good because we got like meatballs with it, and it wasn't just the meat sauce. So I really liked the meatballs. But then at Harvey, they just give you meat sauce, and it's not that good. But I would still get it just for the garlic bread because that was the best part.
True. I forgot the garlic bread was the cherry on top. Good.
And for the milk, sometimes I used to get chocolate milk, but then I started getting white milk because it tasted like nothing, and I would just chug it because it was like water.
That's crazy.
That is crazy. You are wildin'.
You were just drinking plain white milk?
Yeah, it was good.
I would mix it up too. Sometimes I'd get plain milk.
Yeah, but you're the milk boy.
And I don't usually drink milk. That was the only time I would drink milk like that.
Dude, it's still, I know, I think we've talked about it on the pod, but.
What? He's just shaking his head. He's not saying anything.
Washing down a spicy chicken sandwich every day with plain milk? Crazy.
That's Bella.
Like in the outside world, you would never think like, oh, I need a drink right now.
Milk.
Let me get some milk.
Like you go to Popeyes, let me get a chicken sandwich with a cup of milk.
And they'd be like, what?
Okay, and if they put the milk in like the soft serve or soft drink cup, if they put the milk in the soft drink cup, that would be crazy. But if they had like the little cartons of milk, I might get that.
Or like the little jugs that they see like that. And the kids
I don't even want a jug.
No.
I want a little carton.
Yeah, it does taste better out of that little paper.
I'm just thinking, imagine the Coca-Cola dispenser where you choose a machine to drink.
And there's the milk.
And one of them is milk.
Oh,
and there's
so
always
bad.
drippings. Oh, that leftover milk would get so gross.
You go to someone just put milk in their cup and you're next, and you get the little dribbles of milk in yours too.
You're like, oh, I wanted cherry Coke.
Now you got cherry Coke milk.
It tastes like a float. What?
With some of them, you can mix the flavors, you know?
Oh, yeah.
Like you choose Coca-Cola, then it's like Coke Lime, Coke Vanilla, Coke
Yeah,
Cherry.
I want lime milk.
Yo, there was one of my good friends from college. He was an international student. And one thing that he would do when we were at the frat house is like we always had orange juice and milk. He would make orange milk.
No way.
And he would like it?
Well, I only noticed when someone called him out on it. He was like drinking it by himself in the kitchen, like not even
hiding
at the,
it from people.
And we were like, yo, why are you doing that? And he's like, I like it. And we like made him drink it to prove that he did, and then he did. He loved it. I was like, oh my gosh.
That's wild. I can't do that.
That's orange juice is such a strong flavor.
Right. I feel like it would lead me to think it tastes like spoiled milk. Not that I've ever drank spoiled milk, but
Do you remember the time you made me drink spoiled milk?
I do
Like
remember.
this was like a year or two ago.
Because what was it?
What
We were having
happened?
like dessert or something, and Oscar had some milk in the fridge. And how did it go?
I was like, I don't know if this milk is good, and I was smelling it, and I was like, I can't tell if it smells weird or normal, because you know when like you're paranoid about something going bad, you can kind of never tell like if it smells bad or not.
Right.
So then I was like, David, can you smell this? And you were like, I can't tell either. And he's like, just take a sip of it. So I took a sip of it, and I was like, oh, that's
It's so
definitely spoiled.
But it was funny because in my defense, I was like, I haven't drank cow's milk in so long, so
You're like, maybe it's supposed to smell weird.
right. And I was like, I don't know, give it a go, you know.
Was it the Fairlife?
It was.
I think so.
And I think you said it had been in the fridge for a minute.
There's been a few times with that milk brand specifically where I can't tell if it's good or not. So I'm like, oh, it smells fine. And then I'll go to take a sip and nothing comes out. And I'm like, okay, then I know it's bad because it's taking its time to roll down.
Like the whole
Whoa,
thing
it's
is
like
sludge.
Yeah.
Curdled.
It wasn't. It was still liquidy when
Yeah.
I drank because I poured it into a cup, so it's still poured. But that's crazy.
No,
How
yeah.
long are you leaving that milk in the fridge?
There's a thing. I'll go like maybe like 4 days where I haven't drank it. And that's when it's like, it might still be good or it might not still be good. Like the last time I drank it where I was like nervous that it wasn't good, but it was fine. And then like 4 days later, it's like completely
What?
solidified.
It's crazy that it does that in the fridge. You know,
Yeah.
like you didn't just like leave it sitting out or anything.
No.
I have this conspiracy theory that as long as you like pick up your milk and move it around,
It won't go bad.
it won't go bad as quickly.
Mm.
Because I feel like it's the sitting still is what makes it turn to sludge.
It like settles. and then
Yeah.
just, ooh.
That's what I think with Greek yogurt, because sometimes when I'm eating it, it'll get moldy on the top, on the rim, because there's like the yogurt that's whatever splattered and you never touch it. So
Mhm.
now when I mix it, I'll also scoop up the edges so none of it's sitting still.
So it's
Mhm.
all being.
Yeah.
I've never done any research on it, but it's just an observation I made. So I think there's something there.
There's something there.
There's something there to be looked into.
I agree with that.
Good. I'm glad I'm not the only one with that observation.
Yeah, it's just like also it's so weird having converted to oat milk, and
You don't have to worry about that.
oh no, that boy never curdles.
But does it go bad? Because like I feel like I was getting almond milk for a time, and then it would be in the fridge for like a month, and I was like, I don't know if I can still drink this. But like, does
Would
it
you,
go
like, toss
bad?
it?
I would still drink it with my cereal, and I was fine.
Great, you're like the cereal masks it.
Yeah, I was like, I'm just gonna risk it and see what happens, and it was okay.
Well, I'm not sure. I think it would like. Do drinks mold? I think oat milk would like mold before it would taste bad. Because I've had oat milk that I've let sit there for like months and months and months.
And you still drink it?
Oh yeah, like whenever I remember. And like if you look at an oat milk box, the best by date is like 6 months, whereas like regular milk
Right. But I think that's the best by date is if it's unopened.
unopened,
Yeah.
right? I think there's probably a little thing that's like drink within 10 days or something.
Yeah.
I don't listen.
Yeah, because the normal milk is like that too. Because I've had milk that's spoiled before the expiration date,
Mhm.
and it was just because I opened it right away.
And didn't move it.
and didn't move it.
Didn't
It's
move
just
it.
everybody go in your fridge and shake your milk once a day. If you're not drinking it, just shake it up a bit.
This is your daily reminder. Shake that milk.
Do a quick workout with that gallon.
Shake weight.
Before we stray too far away, Bella, we skipped your entree. Do you want to talk about it?
Sir, I need to pull it up. I got the neighborhood burger. It's 2 juicy all beef patties are seared and stacked with American cheese and smothered with house-made garlic mayo, served with shredded lettuce and pickles on a brioche bun, and served with classic fries. It was just a basic burger. It was nothing special. I did not taste that garlic mayo
That's disappointing.
or the cheese that much either.
Yeah, when I had one bite of your burger, and I was like, maybe it's just because I had the edge, but it was just like meat and bun.
Yeah.
And I was like, it needs like sauce or cheese.
It was a lot of meat too.
It was
Those
a-
were some thick patties.
Those were, yeah, you showed us like the side profile, and those patties were thick.
Mhm. But the fries were really good because they had like seasoning on them,
Mm-hmm.
and they were really good.
Yeah, the burger made me think if I was at Applebee's and I was craving a burger, it would hit that craving. But if I was at home craving a burger, I wouldn't think, let me go to Applebee's.
Yeah.
Right. I feel like Applebee's, that's like how it's championed, you know? It can hit all spots.
Mm-hmm. It's not going to be the best
Exactly.
one of that
It's,
category of food,
Jack of all trades. Type
Yeah.
Thing. Yeah.
but not a master of all trades, you know.
Right. Master of none.
Mm-hmm.
But the fries, they were seasoned real well.
I kind of wish I got a cheeseburger, like a normal cheeseburger instead, but the burger was okay. I think I'd give it a 7 out of 10.
Okay. And you said there was no cheese on it?
There was, but you could barely taste
Okay.
Needed more.
it.
That's okay. The wings were so good, they made up for it.
Yeah, those they kind of made me full after like eating them.
Yeah, I was like pretty full after the wings and spinach artichoke dip, so I didn't eat that much of my pasta. But it's okay because now I got a meal for later.
And that's the other thing. Applebee's food, great
Good.
leftovers. I
Yeah.
feel like. Excuse me.
Good serving sizes.
Mm-hmm.
And David's got like 3 meals left
Oh,
over.
yeah.
Meal prep.
Right.
He got his money's worth.
I went in with intention, you know? I was like, I don't want to have to leave the house for the rest of the weekend if I don't have to.
Alrighty. I guess that wraps up our Applebee's portion. If you couldn't tell, we are Applebee's fans. Go check out your local Applebee's. Don't let them go out of business.
Mm-hmm.
Wasn't that a thing at one point that like Applebee's was going out of business because millennials weren't going there anymore?
That's sad. That would be a sad future with no Applebee's.
Mm-hmm.
Where even is Chili's? Like that's, I feel like the only comparable. I haven't been to a Chili's in forever. What is that? Mexican?
I don't know.
I don't know. I haven't been.
I think I've only been to Chili's maybe once.
Yeah, I think also.
I heard that they were more like Tex-Mex.
Oh, right. That
And
makes
now
sense.
they've shifted over to more wings.
Like pub fare.
Yeah.
Interesting.
They're trying to stay afloat. You know
Yeah.
what I think saved Applebee's? The margaritas.
The
The
Dollaritas.
Dollaritas.
Yeah.
They did go viral on social media. People were like, go get your Dollaritas.
Dude, I remember the memes that were coming out were so funny. Like me walking out after $27 Dollaritas and the dude just in the bush right by the Applebee's entrance. So funny. And I think I actually went twice when they had that promotion. The last time they had it, and great. I should kill like 8 of them little Ritas.
Were
So
you
good.
feeling lit?
I was feeling pretty good. I'm not gonna lie.
They are sugary.
They are.
They
yeah.
could use a little more alcohol, but for $1,
Right.
Oh, right.
It's
Yeah.
$1.
you get like
can't
5 of
complain.
them, you know?
Not at once though. They'll tell you can only have one in front of you. Oh gosh. So you have to chug them as soon as they walk away and be like, thirsty.
Can I get another?
And
Mhm.
they got you.
And we happened to go when they didn't have any deal going on, but they do have the app happy hour for the app, so it's like half off all appetizers.
Yeah.
And even just every day they do have those 2 for $25, 2 for $30, 2 for $35 meal deals that comes with an appetizer and 2 entrees. So
The one that we missed was when they do all you can eat wings.
I didn't know they did that.
And it's like $14 or $15. And if I went there, I would simply eat like 45 of them little wings.
See, I already got full with just the appetizer, so I know.
Appetizer is not worth it for you, maybe?
For me, Applebee's would win. You know, if it's like me
Right.
versus the house is
The
winning
house
on that
wins.
one, which is fine because I'm still getting delicious wings.
and you're supporting.
and that's still a good price, you know.
Right.
But yeah, if it's gonna be David versus the
Oh.
house, David's gonna win.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, just get the next 2 orders ready for me, man. I do not want to wait. That's like growing up, going to Quaker Steak and Lube when they had the all-you-can-eat wings. That was our thing, and since we were growing boys and girls, we would eat.
Even then, I wouldn't eat that much, so
Yeah.
the house is still winning. But
Grown
you guys
boys.
would eat.
So we would eat so much that some of our friends would throw up of how full or how spicy, depending on what they ordered.
They got the like atomic ones.
the triple atomics. Oh,
Crazy.
good times, good times.
Yep.
All right. Well, I think recently, David, you told us a story of a steak that you absolutely destroyed cooking.
Right.
And you said since then you've cooked 2 more steaks.
Yes.
So we're here ready for an update.
Okay. So the second time I did heed the advice that was given from this council, the steak council, and I cooked it at a comfortable 6 instead of 7 or 8
On the electric stove.
on the electric stove. And instead of doing 4 minutes aside, which
Way
in
too
retrospect
long.
is crazy, I think I might have done like 3 minutes
Okay.
the first time.
That's the advice I said is
Yes.
3 minutes aside.
So took it off. It wasn't as singed, so the seasoning was a little bit better on that. But I cut into it, and it wasn't a puck.
Okay, but it was still cooked all the way
It
through.
was like grayed, like gray white when it's
Mhm.
well done.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I was a little disappointed, but I made it into a little sandwich,
Okay.
and so I was like, all right, it's fine. I can't see it through the bread.
Is it a thin steak?
It's real thin.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah,
Because it depends
that's the
on the
thing.
thickness. So the ones that I cook are like, when I get HelloFresh ones, they're like maybe like 1.5 inches thick.
Right. And then
So-
these ones are dummy thin.
Mm.
Like they might even be like 1/3 of an inch. I don't
Oh,
like when
whoa.
it's
Yeah,
like
that's very
half
thin.
an inch. I don't know how
It's like
they
1/2 inch probably.
Yeah, it's rough.
Then I think you'd have to do high heat for short time to get a good sear on it.
and just slightly cook it.
Mm-hmm.
True.
Yeah, because it's gonna cook real quick no matter
Yeah.
what. Because
right.
it's so thin.
It's so thin. And I do the thing where you press it down. I probably shouldn't do that.
Don't do that. Whoa.
I'm squeezing all the juices out.
Oil splattering everywhere.
Oh, dude.
It's not a burger. Come on.
And
Smash steak.
it's just getting all over my bare skins as I cook shirtless. It's great.
There's a few times when I'm cooking with oil and I have my shirt off and I debate
It
should I go
pops.
put it on? And then I'm
Well,
like, you
dude.
know what? I'll just deal with it. If oil lands on me, just gotta take it.
You gotta
You're gonna
keep
get
up your pain tolerance.
burnt nipple.
Yeah.
You're gonna get burnt nipple syndrome.
Crispy nipples.
Crispy nips.
All right.
So this third time, I cooked same heat for 2 minutes each side, and I did stand by the stove this time. No Smash tournament was on to distract me, and I was pretty good about it. Only let it rest for like 5 minutes as opposed to like 10. Thin ass steak. I don't even think I need to let it rest. Cut it and still great.
Still fully cooked all the
Still
way.
fully cooked, except right by the bone, it was like
Yeah.
raw. And I was like, I will take what I can get. And I just I scraped all the raw meat off of there and ate it. And that was the best part.
Yeah, the part by the bone always cooks slower.
Yeah.
Wait, so
'Cause-
there's what type of cut? What cut of steak is this? That there's a bone. I wasn't imagining a bone there.
Yeah, it's, what do they market it as?
Where'd you get this steak from?
Market District. Oh, from a dumpster behind the... No, it's from Market District. It's like the ones that they always have on sale. Not always on sale, but every
Frequently
couple
on
weeks.
sale.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I think they're called like some like semi boneless. So it's not like a full bone. So it's like semi boneless something steaks.
something.
They're
That's the key word that we
they're-
were looking for. That's something.
they're not like a New York strip. I don't think they're not ribeyes. Definitely.
Okay.
They're just something. I don't know.
Yeah.
They're the leftovers, obviously. And so yeah, I think next time I literally just gotta. It's gonna be like a minute steak
A minute on each side.
and just real hot. Hey, I had a raw steak today. I like it. So
Yeah.
I'm so scared of undercooking it when it's steak.
It's steak, yeah. I feel like
It's fine.
it'll be fine.
As
I don't
long
want to
as
get
the
mad
outs-
cow disease.
No, as long as the outside's cooked, you're fine.
Yeah.
Right, as long as it's tasty.
Even
And
your
with a
steak
thin
today,
steak.
like it was like I'd say between rare and medium rare. I wouldn't say it was like fully
Oh
rare.
yeah. It wasn't like. Yeah, I
I've had like a
cooked to
more
it.
rare steak than that when I asked for medium rare.
And that's
Sometimes
rougher.
yeah.
Yeah, it's because steaks, like the fibers on the meat are so dense that like pathogens can't get into it.
Right.
So that's why you can eat it raw on the inside.
As opposed to like chicken or other.
Sometimes raw chicken just be looking good.
I know. I just want to bite that pink
That
shit.
one video that went viral of like that drunk white kid that bites the raw steak and then his friends grab his head and they're like, "Open your mouth!" like he's a dog. Oh, I love that video.
Dude, raw meat just looks so good. I think it's some primitive thing within me where I'm just like, I don't know what fire is.
You know,
Give it to me.
I feel like that around like raw steak, like raw viste for tacos.
Ooh,
Like
when it's
the smell of
seasoned.
that is so good. No one else has ever agreed with me, but I love it.
Dude.
Did you know you can eat bacon straight out of the packet?
Because it's like cooked, right? Or like cured or
Yeah.
whatever they call it.
I've had roommates in the past try to tell me that, and I didn't believe them.
I've ate it before like that.
What the heck?
What the heck? Was it good?
Yeah, it tastes like bacon. You can taste the bacon.
I think half of the beauty of bacon, though, is the crunch. Like the crisped.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you're
So-
definitely not getting that.
You're
Well,
right.
not duh. He
yeah.
didn't even fry it. He just took it right out the plastic and ate it.
Yeah, no, if I'm eating meat like that, give me some jamon.
Mm-hmm.
Jamon ibérico or prosciutto.
All right. These meats will come into one of our topics later, but first, should we do our segment?
Guess that movie.
Bella, you didn't say anything.
I didn't know if I don't know.
Let's do it again. Ready?
Guess that movie.
Bella, you're still so far from your mic.
Okay. This week, I had the pleasure of coming up with a movie to describe. I'm confident that you guys have all seen this movie. And listeners, you've probably seen this movie as well.
That's what I thought last time, and then you guys were like, I've never seen it. You just spoiled it.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
No, that wasn't your fault. It's a cult classic.
Yeah. Thank you, David.
We'll still have to watch it with Oscar.
All right. I'm going to call the protagonist P, just to keep it, concise.
You're pushing P.
After witnessing a mafia member killed in a freak accident, P falsely takes credit for the death. He becomes a hero in his city for standing up to the mafia, but also has a hit placed on him. In order to solidify his newfound popularity, P stages a fake murder of the mafia boss's son. The mafia boss becomes infuriated and uses all his resources to locate P to personally take him out. In the final confrontation, P reveals that he never killed anyone and that he's actually been helping hide the son of the mafia boss. P tells the mafia boss he should accept his own son for who he is. The boss agrees and announces he will no longer terrorize the city.
I think I know what it is.
Yeah? Text me.
I don't think I've seen it before, but I've heard about it.
What the heck? David, do you know?
I'm going to guess, but let's see.
The fact that you're saying mafia, I haven't seen many mafia movies, which makes
Bella,
me think,
yes. Oh,
What?
sorry.
what the heck?
David guessed The Godfather. It is not The Godfather.
Okay. That was a stretch because
It
I was
makes
like, I know
me
there's a
think-
little.
It's not an
Similarity.
actual mafia movie, but you're just
Right.
calling them the mafia.
Right.
The mafia is in the movie.
The mafia is in the movie.
In this movie, yeah.
Think
There's
so,
Italian people.
Yeah.
Yeah. What the heck?
They order the gabagool.
They go to bibbidi bobbidi.
Can you read it again?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Before any hints.
After witnessing a mafia member killed in a freak accident, P falsely takes credit for the death. He becomes a hero in his city for standing up to the mafia, but also has a hit placed on him. In order to solidify his newfound popularity, P P stages a fake murder of the mafia boss's son.
I think I got it wrong, but I'm gonna send this anyways.
Ooh, nope, it is not Spider-Man.
Hey.
I can give you a hint.
Well,
Or do you want me to keep reading?
yeah,
Okay.
yeah. Finish reading it. Mafia accident.
So he stages to kill the mafia boss's son. The mafia boss becomes infuriated and uses all his resources to locate P to personally take him out. But in the final confrontation, P reveals that he never killed anyone and that he's actually been helping hide the mafia boss's son. P tells the mafia boss he should accept his son for being vegetarian, and the boss agrees and announces he will no longer terrorize the city.
The hiding the sun part and the accepting part is what made me realize.
Hiding the sun.
So that's one thing I added. The son is
vegetarian.
vegetarian, which is why the mafia boss doesn't accept him.
Is it animated?
Yes.
Okay. I had a hunch.
I figured because like the theme at the end of hiding and accepting your son makes it seem like a child's movie. But I'm like, there's no what children's movies of Italian mafia people.
Mhm. I can give you another hint.
Okay.
P is poor and a loser.
That does not help. I already suspected.
He owes money to his boss. And when he finally gets the money to pay back his debt, he instead bets it on a horse race that does not go in his favor.
Why does this...
I don't know if I've ever seen this movie. I have no idea what
Animated.
you're talking about.
This sounds like an episode of The Sopranos.
It still sounds like Spider-Man to me.
I'm glad it's just not me being stumped.
If it was just me being stumped, I'd be so angry
Right?
now. We're in this
Solidarity.
together for now.
Yeah, the moment one of us gets it,
I'd be like, ah.
I didn't know it's gonna be you, bro.
No, I think it's gonna be you, and I'm gonna be
Mafia
sitting here the
boss.
loser.
Animated.
Okay, give us another hint.
P shares a name with one of us.
What?
Oh.
It better not be this dumbass movie.
No, David's gonna get it.
I don't even know what it's called.
I don't think I've seen this movie.
P shares a name with me. Yes, you got it, David.
Let's go. I had a hunch from a while
Is
ago,
this
but I
that
haven't
fish
seen it.
movie? Oscar the Shark Slayer or
Yeah.
Shark Tale
Yeah.
or whatever?
Shark Tales.
Shark Tale.
Yeah.
I would have never gotten that.
Oh.
Dude, I had a hunch for it a while ago. Now I feel dumb for not even guessing. I would have gotten it before Bella. No, maybe not before Bella, but
Yep, it's
Just
Shark
because
Tale.
you said it has the same name as you is the
Yeah.
only reason I got it. Because I know it's like Oscar the Shark Slayer.
Oh, I thought you guys had seen it. I didn't realize.
I've probably seen it once as a kid.
you should have said there's one fish in there that's
She's
bad as hell.
Yeah, you
She's
should've
so
said
bad.
That I was gonna say that because in the last two movies,
So
Yeah.
there's a love interest who's bad, as hell.
I would have been like Shark Tales, yes sir.
She said she got some big old lips.
Dude, I feel like I don't know why I had this one on my mind. Shark Tales was on my mind. I should have just guessed. Now I look dumb in front of everybody.
No, that's one of those like obscure childhood movies.
Right. Just depending on your family vibe.
That one and like the germ one, like Oscar Osmosis or the
Oh,
Osmosis,
Osmosis Jones.
Yeah, like
True.
like those are both obscure childhood movies that I probably watched once but never again, so I don't really remember what happens.
Right. Yeah.
Osmosis Jones, I remember that being... I watched that when I was younger, maybe only a few times. I never rewatched it, but I remember it being kind of wild. Whereas Shark Tale, it would be on TV all the time. So I just happened to see it pretty often. But yeah, I also didn't reveal that they were fish.
Obviously.
Right. Or that one was bad as hell.
Yeah, because
You should have said Will Smith is in this movie.
if I had said that, I feel
It's
like it would have
gave
given it away.
Was
I don't
that
know
your
if-
third hint?
I don't think it would give it away because I'd start thinking like Men in Black, but it would have helped a little.
Do you not remember the horse racing scene? There's like a horse that
Is
he
it
bets on.
seahorses?
Yeah, and the seahorse is like running and it's about to win, and then
it trips.
it's going so fast that it like it with its tail punches itself in the face and
Oh.
then falls over, and he loses the race.
Catastrophically losing.
Yeah, because then the bosses, like the two Jamaican jellyfish, take him
They were raw.
to like basically kill him, and then the shark, who's vegetarian, and his brother go out, and he's like, you gotta eat meat, go eat that fish, and he's like, I won't do it. So then the brother gets mad, he's like, well, I'm gonna eat him, and then he gets hit by an anchor.
I do remember the shark being accident. Vegetarian.
Yeah. He paints himself to look like a dolphin.
Yeah.
Well, listeners, I hope you've seen that movie. I guess I overestimated how
you had too much confidence in us.
This movie has been
chip on your dip.
I feel like that's what happens every time.
Dip on your chip. I flipped it. Okay, sorry.
That happens every time one of us picks a movie. I'm like, I'm sure you guys have seen this, and then it's like, I've never seen that before.
I've seen it,
so you must have seen it.
I've seen it, so the whole world knows about it.
Exactly. Alrighty, well, the topic that I brainstormed for today for us to talk about is childhood myths and determining if they're fact-based or not, or what's the true facts behind these.
Let's let them rip.
I prepared like about 10 of these. Got a lot of these from this one article from uchealth.org. So the first one is that chewing gum stays in your stomach for 5 to 7 years. Do you guys ever remember hearing this as a kid?
Yeah, I remember hearing it all the time as a kid. I did not swallow gum because of that. I would always spit it out.
I was so paranoid.
That's a false statement because I heard it sticks to your heart.
Oh, okay.
Someone told me that and I was like really scared.
Yeah.
And I definitely still to this day don't swallow gum.
Yeah.
Unless I absolutely have to. Like there's no napkins, no trash can, and I'm about to eat something.
And you're in Singapore because you can't
spit, or you get like
you'll get
beheaded or something.
Yeah, so I guess those are the two myths, that it stays in your stomach for 5 to 7 years or it sticks to your internal organs.
It stuck to your heart. Oh, I was like, I need that to beat.
But by the time I was in middle school, I didn't believe it anymore. But I also didn't want to swallow gum. I'm like, that's weird.
Yeah, I don't know if I believed it, but I was like, it's just too risky. Why would I risk it? I'll just spit it out.
Right.
And now I'm just used to spitting it out, that it feels unnatural to swallow gum.
Yeah.
Especially bubble gum. Because like one fear was put down. Okay, I'm not a kid anymore. I'm 12. I know it's not going to stick to my heart. But what if I fart and then I blow a booty bubble?
There's no way you believe that.
Yeah, right.
It crossed my mind.
It's not like when you poop corn, not where you can see the pieces
The
of
whole
corn.
cob.
You see the whole gum.
No, but the
Test it out. Just don't eat for a day, and then the next day only swallow gum.
Only bubble gum.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, oh, what does my stomach hurt?
You'd have the worst stomach ache for sure.
Yeah, you were saying it's like even just the texture of the feeling of swallowing gum is weirder than swallowing other foods. So it's just unpleasant all around.
I always save my gum wrapper now, and then whenever I want to spit it out, I just put it in the gum wrapper.
Yeah.
Just put it in someone's hair.
No. Bella's hair.
Mm-mm. I think one time I had gum in my hair.
I heard peanut butter is good to get gum out of hair.
I heard ice cubes.
I have heard both those things, but I don't know if either of them is true.
Yeah, the ice cube
I should
ones
look that up.
Because
Bella,
frozen peanut butter?
Ooh, frozen peanut butter is the key. Just rub it in there. I think Sadie had hair and gum in her hair growing up once too.
I believe it.
I think she was so pissed about it. You know how she was angry about it.
You know what else works? A razor.
Or like
scissors.
Or just like cutting it off.
Cut it out.
I think that's what we have to do.
All right. Well, the answer is false. Most chewing gum is not digestible, meaning that it will travel through your system in a matter of 2 to 4 days. So I think your body doesn't get any nutrients from it and can't break it down. So you might be able to see it in your poop.
Oh,
like
damn.
corn.
Oh, is that why corn is non-digestible too? That's why you can see it?
I don't know. Maybe. I didn't look that up. I don't have that as a prepared fact, David.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
So the next one is that you should wait an hour after eating before you go swimming to prevent cramping.
Oh, false. I don't believe that. I never did.
I know it's false, but I still kind of adhere to it.
Really? I don't think I ever did.
No.
Because we used to go to like the outdoor Y and we'd get like
eat
like a torta and then jump into the pool.
Right.
That's true, yeah.
You're eating a pizza on the 10-minute adult swim break.
Yeah.
And then you jump back in. I'm not going to wait till the next break.
That's true. I would succumb to peer pressure, but if it were up to me, I'm like, oh, I think I was scared of throwing up in the pool. more so.
Oh,
You're
is
like-
that what you thought would happen?
Yeah, as opposed to like I didn't
Cramp.
know it was because of the cramp thing.
Yeah, I always heard it was you'll get cramps and then you'll drown because you
Drown,
can't swim because you cramping too hard.
And I'd be more open to it like the why because there's there's lifeguards.
You're like,
They got me. They got me.
But throwing up is like the embarrassment.
Because dude, everyone has to get out, and then you're just sitting there.
They're looking at you.
Threw up.
There's the kid that threw up.
Yeah, and then no one's gonna want to play with you. Oh, it's sad.
They stay on the other side of the pool.
They don't even let you go down the water side. You better not throw up, little kid.
Yeah, once I learned how to swim, I was so confident in the water that I never worried about that.
About throwing up?
About cramping
Oh.
or throwing up.
I was like, I don't think even if I didn't know how to swim that I would worry about throwing up. That wouldn't cross my mind.
Oh man, that just makes you think the outdoor Y when there's no line for the water
You
slide.
just can go up and up
Yeah.
over and
All
over
them
again. That's the
stairs.
best.
And then like
Yeah.
going on the drop one, just
Yeah.
That one's the best because you can hop right out and be on the slide in like 30 seconds.
Yeah.
Mhm. Did you research the thing?
Apparently, peanut butter and ice can take out gum from your hair.
So
'Cause-
it's true.
Yeah.
I'm still skeptical.
Yeah, the peanut butter one throws me off a bit.
I think
It's
it's because it
'cause
has oils in it.
It can
Oh.
reduce gum sticky nature, making it easier to remove from your hair. That's what it says here.
Because I remember with the ice cube, it would like
it gets hard.
Freeze.
stiffen it, and then
Yeah.
it'd be like easier to like in pieces. It was still annoying because it was weird.
I should have looked it up. I had a pashmina, which is just like a scarf that I wore to a music
Mhm.
festival, and I used it to sit on some grass. Apparently there was gum in that grass, so luckily it didn't get on my outfit, but it got on my pashmina, and I couldn't get it out. But I didn't try peanut butter or gum, so
You just threw it out.
no, I still have it, but now it has like kind of a hole from where I tried to like get the gum
Pull the
out.
gum.
Oh, like
Because
just
like
like
it's a very
forcibly?
delicate fabric, so
Right,
it messed it up a bit. It's still usable. It's just unfortunate.
right. And you wrap that around your head? Don't get that gum in your hair. Oh, the gum is gone.
I mean, by
Mostly.
now it's like hardened, I would say.
Right.
I also like washed it a couple times since then, but the hole is still there, you know.
Yeah, the big issue.
But yeah, still usable. It's a really cute pashmina, so I'm gonna keep it.
Mm-hmm.
So, true or false?
So false. A normal-sized meal consumed before swimming will not cause cramping. It is possible to feel tired and fatigued after overeating, so maybe avoid swimming.
That's my thing. I would eat so much, and I'm like, oh, I'm gonna throw up.
For me, it's if I eat too much and I swim without my shirt, my belly's gonna be sticking out a little bit, and people are like, "Oh, Oscar looks a little chubby today."
Oscar's bloated. Let's all
I
laugh
just
at him.
ate.
Oscar's there starving himself at the pool. Gotta keep his swim
I
bod.
figure.
All right, the next one is that we only use 10% of our brain.
False. We use 100% of our brain.
I think it's the idea of like, oh, if we could use 100%, we'd be able to like
Teleport or like
Yeah.
elevate stuff or read people's
Telekinesis,
minds.
like,
Yeah,
oh, yeah.
telekinesis is what I was thinking.
that would be sick, but
You'd think someone would have done that by now.
right, someone would have hijacked it by now. Yeah, false, I guess.
Right. Why would you have a brain and it only kind of works?
Well, I wonder.
But they're saying like we've just not unlocked the full potential of our brains, basically.
But why?
I don't know.
Like, that doesn't make sense to me. Like, I do feel that different people might have different capabilities with their brain. Like you have people with photogenic memories.
I thought you were gonna say we got dumb people in the world.
But I don't think there's like more potential that needs to be unlocked. Maybe with evolution, it'll develop into something else. But
I wonder if it's one of those things where it's like, well, technically, at any given point, only 10%. Because you know how like your brain has different things, like, oh, this moves
Mhm.
your fingers, or this
This
makes
is
you
your
breathe.
emotions. This
Right.
is like your memory.
Like in any given moment, maybe you're only using 10% of it. But even that seems
But-
like way too low.
Yeah.
Because then you're like, oh, the breathing one stopped.
Right.
those people that don't have any thoughts in their head, only
Yeah.
using 10% of their brain.
Maybe they're only using 10% of their brain.
Maybe they're not. Maybe they're efficient. Maybe they're just
Only
saving
thinking
their
about
energy.
the things they need to think about.
Right.
Why say more word when few do trick?
Exactly.
Kevin from The Office.
Thanks, Kevin.
And they walk, they're like left, right, left, right.
That's what they're thinking.
Yeah.
Okay, that gives like Zoolander vibes. All right, so it is false. This was a motivational speaker's ploy that can be traced back to the early 1900s to encourage people to live up to their full potential. Studies of brain activity have provided no evidence that only 10% of the brain is used.
Dude, people be lying. I ship it though, man. Gotta motivate.
All right, the next one, which is very personable to David, I'd say, is that sitting too close to the TV will make you go blind.
False, I think.
From personal experience.
From personal experience. About 27 years of personal experience. Especially as a kid, dude, I would be right.
To be like a foot away from the TV.
I notice it too when I'm on my phone sometimes, like chilling in the car
like
or something.
this?
Yes. Have you noticed me?
I've noticed that,
dude.
Yeah.
And then
he'll
I'm like,
put his phone like 6 inches away from
my
his
God.
face.
and I'm like, wait, why am I? And then I'll be like that. I'm like, I can't read that far. And so I gotta use like the bold text.
Yeah, you gotta make the big text that like my parents use.
Yeah. I don't know. It's just more comfy. But I will say my left eye has lost some vision. I haven't gone to an eye doctor in a minute, but it is blurrier and I can't see things far away. But I think that's more age than my screen use.
I feel this one's a little more difficult for me to answer. I feel it's like somewhere in the middle. I feel
like there's probably some truth to behind
Yeah.
it.
True. Okay, yeah, I can see it.
like I feel that if you're sitting close to the TV, yeah, maybe it's not the best for you, but it might not mess up your vision as much as you think. But I feel that eyesight just in general degrades as you get older, and it probably doesn't help keep it.
Right. Like it would have to do like a study of like two people with the same eyesight and do like 60-year study of like,
One of them in front of a TV real close and one of them not.
yeah, like what's the marginal, taking into account years as well.
Yeah.
But
Because I spent a lot of my childhood, a lot of growing up, and even now, a lot of time in front of a screen.
Mhm.
Yeah, maybe I wasn't, eyeball to lens, but I have pretty good vision. I don't wear glasses. It surprises people when I say I have 20/20.
beast.
When's the last time you went to an eye doctor? Because I feel like you keep saying you still have 20/20, but you don't know that for sure.
I do feel that my vision is degrading a little bit because when I went to get my license renewed,
The worst.
there was one letter that I almost missed because I was like, whoa, I'm rushing too fast. I like blinked twice and then I like cleared up. But I think I'm still at a point where nothing's really too blurry. Maybe
Yeah.
things that are a little bit further away, a little bit smaller, aren't as clear as they used to be.
Mm-hmm.
But in everyday life, there's nothing really that I can't tell.
Yeah, like you still don't need glasses.
Yeah,
Right.
I'm just saying maybe you don't have 20/20 anymore.
close to it.
Right. What's the worse it gets, the higher the number?
Yeah, I think the higher the number, the worse it is.
I think I had like 20/25 in high school. And so I've always just been saying, oh, I'm pretty close. But no, I probably have like 20/40 or something. No good.
So what's the verdict?
So it is false. Televisions and other devices emit such low radiation levels that they have very little effect on the body. However, staring at the same thing for a long period of time can cause the eye muscles to fatigue, thereby affecting vision. There has been no proof that this causes long-term damage.
Yay. I'm going to keep screen peeking like that.
Yeah, there are times when I'm staring at something like a screen and I'll catch myself and I'm like, you know what? Let me blink like 20 times.
It's like I need to blink.
Yeah, let me look away for a second, blink. That's what I would do at work. If I was staring at the screen too long, I would every few minutes just stare at something at a distance to give my eyes a break and then go back to work.
Isn't that the thing that they tell you too? Or it's like every 30 minutes, there's like a little
Look
thing,
at something far away.
like 20 feet away or
Mhm.
something like that. And just like focus on it for 10 seconds.
Mm-hmm.
It's like a whole I think when I was in corporate, they're like, oh, take a break.
But instead, I just look at my phone that's 1 foot away.
You're like,
Don't
that's better.
challenge my eyes at all.
Just make it really small, like something really small on your phone, and then it's like you're looking at something far away.
Oh, that's,
Yeah.
that's so far away.
All right, the next one, which in a Hispanic household, people are going to be like, that's true, that's true. If you go outside with wet hair, you will catch a cold.
False.
I believe. Me va a dar aire.
I go outside with wet hair all the time, and it's not. I usually don't get sick after it.
Same.
I wonder if in just the instances where I happen to get sick and I just happen to go out with wet hair before, if it's just coincidence. I mean, I'm sure on paper it's false. I'm not superstitious. I'm just a little bit stitious.
Mm-hmm.
I just think it's uncomfortable going outside with wet hair.
Yeah, it's not fun.
Have you ever gone outside when it's like 0 degrees
Frozen.
out
In
and
the
your
freezer.
hair like
Freezes?
freezes
Yeah.
instantly?
It's pretty cool. I'm not gonna
Yeah.
lie. That's pretty cool.
I like will lift up a strand upside down and it's just straight up.
That's like in growing up when you would go to the Y, have swimming lessons for half an hour, and you come out and it's frozen.
Mm-hmm.
You go, oh my gosh,
Imagine
my hair.
your hair freezes and then you just like a chunk of it comes off.
That's the worst fear. But no, I think I have bent it in half before and it doesn't break. Just
Right.
the ice layer on top of
Yeah.
it breaks, but not the hair itself.
Wasn't there a show where that happened to someone? Like Jimmy Neutron, maybe?
Yeah,
the hair
I
broke
think
off?
so. So the answer is false. Colds are caused by viruses, which you cannot get just from being outside when it's cold. You might
Mm.
feel sick if you're outside all day in the cold or rain, have a runny nose, chills, fatigue, but that's not because of a virus. You can experience the same symptoms when you're cold as when you're sick.
Right. And so I think I saw this somewhere. The reason people get it's like flu season or whatever in the winter is not because of the cold,
It's
but
because
because
people are inside
all the time. Yeah.
Mhm.
And in closed spaces.
Enclosed spaces
No
with other
windows.
groups of people. So
Mm-hmm.
then the virus can spread.
Yeah.
The virus is like, I love Christmas time.
Yeah, COVID hit our family on Thanksgiving.
That was rough. Yeah.
All right, the next one. I don't know if you guys have heard this one before. I feel like it's more obscure, but you lose most of your heat through your head.
I thought that was true.
Ooh. I think, yeah, I
'Cause-
believe it. I believe you lose heat from your head, feet.
Feet and hands, not your
Hands.
extremities.
Yeah.
I feel like most of your head and your feet, probably, right?
So, like, if I go outside in cold, I try to make sure all three are covered to stay warm.
All I know is I'd be letting some heat come from somewhere else.
I will say when I what?
What is that supposed to mean?
I'd be farting.
Oh my god. Whenever I take a cold shower, if I can get my head under the water right away, the shower goes from cold to fine.
Wait, say that again?
Like he'll get used to the water
Yeah,
faster
like my-
if his head isn't at
Oh.
first.
Yeah, like my body will adapt to. I guess that's not really related to it,
Mhm.
but
Well, riddle me this. You ever seen a bald dude wearing a winter hat take it off in the middle of winter? That boy's
steaming.
heads be steaming. They be steaming.
All right, well, this says false. If you look at the surface area, the head is no bigger than the rest of your body. It's maybe about 10 to 15 of the total surface area, and that's the percentage of body heat lost through the head.
Whoa.
I think it's more so the phenomena, like Oscar saying, that your body will get used to the temperature of your head, but that doesn't necessarily mean you're losing more heat out of your
Okay.
head.
oh.
Because it's probably what's closest to the brain, and the brain's like, I'm cold.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe. But I agree, like in the winter, as long as my head is covered, like my body will stay pretty warm.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's how I think is like whatever the brain is feeling, it's gonna emit that to the rest of your body.
Like the bias.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. We're gonna have to check. We're gonna have to check the factuality of this UC Health.
That's your credentials.
Right.
All right, this one is very applicable to me, and this stresses me out, but I still do it. Cracking your knuckles causes arthritis.
I literally
False.
just did that.
I think it's false.
I think it's false too. I think I've seen somewhere that it's false.
I've heard that they're just air pockets that you're snapping.
Ready for the answer?
Yeah.
It says false. A 30-year study showed that this is not the case. However, knuckle cracking can lessen one's grip strength because of repeated overstretching of the tendons,
Oh snap!
which is interesting because I consider myself to have very strong fingers,
Mm-hmm.
And you don't crack?
and
Or
I
you do?
crack constantly.
Okay.
Oh, I never crack. It freaks me out.
I love the feeling of cracking my
I
fingers.
did. I love it so much that I overdo it, and I try to crack, and I'm like, they're not ready yet.
Yeah.
No, it creeps me
worst.
out. I've gotten used to it because so many people do it, but
I can't get this one. There we go.
Oh, you drew the thumbs? That's crazy.
Mhm.
You're gonna have to teach me that one.
you know when people like crack their back, like when they turn and you hear like
Yeah,
Oh
the
my
I do
pop?
that
gosh.
all the time.
Yeah,
That freaks me out.
that one does.
But
scare me.
luckily, most people can only do it twice because they do left and right.
at a given point in time. Yeah. I do that at work all the time, and then like sometimes when it's extra loud, the other people in the room are like, "Whoa!" and I'm like, "Sorry."
It freaks me out, but then it's just done, and I'm like, okay, I'm glad they can't do that like 10 more times.
Like fingers, yeah. The one that freaks me out the most is when people can crack their neck. You ever seen that? They grab their head all weird, and then they go, and it's loud as heck. I'm always scared that they're gonna go too far and
kill themselves.
Like in the movies, how you're a spy, you crack someone's neck.
See, I used to be able to crack my neck, not by physically grabbing it and turning it, just like going like this, like like tilting my ear side to side towards my shoulders. But at some point, I think I just stopped doing it, and then I was never able to do it again. So I can't crack my neck anymore, but I used to, and it was satisfying for sure.
Was it loud too? Or it was like one of those internal ones? I just felt that.
Yeah, it was more internal. Yeah. Still audible, I would say.
Do you crack your fingers, Bella?
No, it freaks me out. And my friend, he would like try to crack my fingers, and I would be like screaming for him to let go of me.
I think you have PTSD from when we try to pull your pinky toes off.
Yeah.
Did I ever crack your toes? I love trying to crack other people's toes.
Was that you?
What? What mean?
David's like, you unlocked the memory.
Was someone? It was either you or Sadi would try to crack my toes.
Oh, they don't want to crack.
Sam's trying to crack her toes.
I'm like, heck no. Because there was a while where I didn't crack my fingers for whatever reason. And then when I finally got into the groove of it, I used to crack my fingers instead of the regular way. I would pull my fingers and they would pop. And I'm like, that doesn't seem like that's probably really good for me. So I stopped doing that.
I do that. I don't do it as much as the other ones, though.
Also, I feel like my fingers don't budge anymore. Before, they would all crack.
Did you say if it was true or false?
False.
Yeah, I said it was false. It just said that you might have not as good grip strength because you're stretching out your tendons.
That's why I'd be dropping stuff.
All that cracking.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but I'd say the most interesting thing that I can crack is my sternum, which is the bone in your chest.
Odd. How do you do that?
I mostly do it when I go to yoga and like you're standing and you lift your arms above your head, core tight, and you do a little back bend and then it'll go.
What?
I did it earlier today. I don't know if I could do it right now if I tried, but it's so satisfying.
Oh.
I also crack my knees a lot.
Oh, I do that. How do you crack your knees? Do you just stretch them?
I'll stand straight and then kind of rotate them in towards my center line. And I crack my hips a lot too.
Okay.
I crack
Shakira?
everything I can.
You're just over here crack-a-lacking.
Yeah, I would love to go to a chiropractor, but I just haven't eventually.
Is chiropractic real? I heard it was a doctor who made that said he was told to talk to a ghost or something.
It's like a pseudoscience.
Right. Yeah.
I don't know. People do it.
People, they're everywhere.
Yeah.
But I don't know.
Even if it's just
research.
for the experience of cracking a bunch of stuff, I'd go. I don't even like. I don't need there to be health benefits.
I've heard horror stories though, where some people will go to maybe just like one or two horror stories. People would go to the emergency room for like heart troubles. Like, oh, my heart's feeling a little tight. And some of the questions that they would ask them were like, have you been to a chiropractor recently? Like, oh, yeah, actually, like, I went and they did this. And like, one, stop going. Two, thank goodness that you came in here and they like kept an eye on them. But apparently there's something with that.
I don't know.
I'll have to do some more research.
Yeah, I've heard the same. Well, I don't know about the heart thing, but I've heard the same.
Yeah, that it
Maybe
can
not,
cause more troubles than it solves.
I don't know if it was heart or it was just like something that seemed very serious. Oh, never mind.
All right. The next one. It is illegal to drive with your car's interior lights on.
Oh.
False.
I feel like it's got to be false, but boy, did my parents sell that one to me.
Yeah, my parents would tell that all the time. We're going to get pulled over. Turn the lights off.
Oh, okay.
I'd be so scared.
I'm over here just trying to read my book, and they're like, stop that. Turn it off. Wait till we get home. Back when I used to read.
Oh, okay.
That's what drove you to screens, huh?
Yeah, maybe I'm scarred.
From getting yelled at.
From getting yelled at.
While reading.
I need to make peace with books.
So it says it's not, this is no longer the U Health article. This is just independently researched articles. Okay. It is not technically illegal to drive with your interior lights on. However, it is unsafe and you may get pulled over for distracted driving, especially if you have your interior lights on and are clearly doing something that takes your eyes off of the road.
Right.
And if like a kid in the back has the lights on It still says driving with your interior lights on, especially at night, can make it harder to see the road and may distract other drivers on the road. So although it's mostly a myth that it's illegal to drive with your interior lights on, that doesn't mean you should go ahead and do it.
Right. I feel like the light also sometimes reflects off of like the back windshield or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
So it can just make things harder to see.
Yeah. The article also said in general, like cops could still, depending on the cop, they could decide to pull you over and just say like,
Your
well, we
lights
think
on.
this is distracted driving or just an unsafe way to
Conditions.
drive, even
Yeah.
if the light itself being on isn't illegal.
Depends on if they have to hit quota or not that month.
Mm-hmm.
Just imagine you're driving with the lights on and they see you like curling your hair or eating a sandwich.
You're done.
Alrighty, I have two more. So these were the ones Oscar mentioned earlier, so I did some research into them. Peeing on jellyfish stings helps with the pain.
I want it to be real. What?
What do you think, Oscar?
I think it's false.
It's got to be. I feel like that can't be sanitary.
What do you think, Bella?
I don't think. Maybe. I don't know.
I used to always think this was real. Let's do some background first on what happens when a jellyfish stings you. So kinetic energy triggers a jellyfish's tentacles to release a venom if you brush up against one, or even disrupt one that's washed up on shore. That venom comes from thousands of tiny barbed stingers, or nematocysts. Peeing on a jellyfish sting does not help alleviate the pain. Urine may actually cause the jellyfish stingers to release more venom,
Oh my gosh.
which might worsen symptoms. Instead, try removing the stingers as carefully as possible, douse your skin in cool vinegar, or apply hot water to the affected area. Pee is kind of
Pee's
hot.
hot.
though.
I was going to say that boy's kind of warm.
Yeah, and it also said that pee basically has this one chemical that is thought to help release the stingers, but the amount in pee is so little that it doesn't really do anything.
Maybe you just got to get rid of a lot of pee.
Maybe.
Oh, you just dip your foot in a bucket.
Over
Of,
Oh gosh, a bucket of boiled pee.
yeah.
Where's the closest porta potty?
Oh, I'm jumping in.
Oh no.
Jumping in. Gross.
All right, the last one.
Yeah.
Or do you have one you want to go for?
I have one here. All right. Have you ever heard that eating celery or lettuce burns more calories from chewing?
Right.
Oh,
Because
yeah,
it
I
has
heard
no
that.
calories.
That it's like a negative 2 calorie effect
Yeah.
or something.
Mm.
So, according to a nutritionist in a study in the New England Journal of Medicine, they found that chewing gum burns about 11 calories an hour. And it definitely doesn't take an hour to chew the celery stalk.
Right.
So it's probably not. There's no.
You'd have to eat like a lot of celery, like
you'd
for
have
10
to be
minutes
eating celery
even.
for
like 1 or 2
calorie.
calories.
Yeah. And I mean, eating one celery is still like 20, 25 calories or something.
Oh, it is?
Yeah.
Oh,
Just
I didn't realize.
Because
I
like
thought
it's
it was, like-
fibrous.
I thought it was like maybe like 2 calories and so I don't know.
Maybe, I don't know. But yeah, they're saying that negative calories are just a myth, and there's nothing you can just burn more by chewing it than consuming it.
This says 2 stalks of celery contain about 15 calories.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah, you're done. You have to eat so much.
You'd have to chew
Stalks.
those 2 stalks for an hour for it to
Right.
be break even.
Yeah, I couldn't get concise like numbers because every time I go on a different source, they're like, oh, celery has 10 calories, 25 calories. I'm
Right.
like, all right,
Mhm.
it's somewhere there, but either way, you're not going to burn more from chewing it than you think you are.
All right. The last one I have, Oscar also just suggested and is food related. This one you probably didn't hear as a child. It's more so a phenomena now. Is that eating fat will make you fat. So I guess can you elaborate on like what you meant by this one?
Yeah, what I meant is I'll hear people say that they want to lose weight, they want to lose fat. They'll start eating food that's low in fat or has no fat in it to
Right.
try to
lose weight.
Yeah. And I guess from my understanding, cutting out fat itself isn't going to make you not, lose fat or not get as fat.
Mhm.
It's like, it's all with your whole diet as a whole.
Right, because like avocados and like almonds and nuts are like healthy fats, technically, right?
I can provide more background on
Or
that.
like omega 3s or whatever from fish.
Because, like, I guess I think of it, if I'm eating pasta every day. Like you're
Yeah.
over consuming pasta, you know, and pasta doesn't necessarily have fat. It's not meat.
It's like, yeah, it's
Or
carbs
it's not- yeah.
and stuff like that.
You're still gonna get fat from that.
Hmm.
I feel if you're over consuming it.
So it's like you're eating a steak, and you know sometimes people are like, "Oh, you can cut the fat off." Like I like the fat; it's flavorful, but I'm sure it contributes because it's like calories,
Yeah.
and that's probably the biggest thing: calories in, calories out. But it probably has other issues, like heart health and stuff.
Yeah, so from the article I found from the Harvard T.H. Chan School of Public Health, they had a team that examined 20 plus years of data from more than 120,000 men and women, looking specifically at how changes in the types of fat that they ate affected their weight as they aged. They found that when people increased saturated fats and trans fats in their diets, they were more likely to gain weight, but upping the intake of unsaturated fats had no connection and was even linked to weight loss. Saturated fat and trans fats are considered unhealthy fats by General Health Society right currently. They're most often solid when it's room temperature and includes foods like butter, palm and coconut oils, cheese, and red meat.
Yeah, trans fat for sure is
Like real bad.
100% not good for you.
Those are like in the processed foods and stuff, right?
Yep.
Well, a lot of food in the U.S. doesn't have trans fat anymore.
Right, because they like
They
addressed
made
it.
big efforts to get rid of it. There is still some foods that have them in small amounts, but if
Yeah.
you eat a lot of these foods, it could be
bad.
a lot, like too many
Yeah.
trans fats. So trans fats are found in some spreads such as margarine or peanut butter, snack foods such as chips, crackers, and cookies, non-dairy creamers, pre-prepared cake frostings, vegetable shortenings, commercially pre-prepared products such as pie crusts, pizza dough, and cookie dough. So it's very specific things that trans fats still exist in.
Right.
Yeah. See, I love Burger King, but the main reason it's not my main burger place to go to is because their burgers still have a little trans fat.
Interesting.
How did you find that out?
I've looked at nutrition facts on different fast food restaurants, but yeah, I love fast food, but I also have to be conscious about what I'm putting in my body.
Right.
So I mean, I go on like fast food websites and look at the nutrition facts.
Mm-hmm.
As you should. I avoid those because I can't face the truth.
Ignorance is bliss.
Yep.
And I've been fortunate. There's nothing that I buy at the grocery store that has trans fat. I always look at the nutrition facts at the grocery store as well.
Right. So it's even like stuff like bacon has just like regular saturated fats or something, probably.
Yeah.
Correct. So I have a wider list of saturated fats if you want to hear.
Sure.
So fatty cuts of meat, sausage, bacon, cured meats like salami, chorizo, pancetta, cheese, sour creams or creams in general, ice creams, coconut milk and coconut cream, milkshakes, and chocolate. That's what's on my list. Is like they have saturated fats. So I think, yeah, saturated fats are not as bad as trans fats. And I think it's all in modesty, right? Like the study
Right.
said if they had increased their intake of saturated fats, then they're more likely to gain weight. But I'm sure there's like
a balance.
A balance. Like if you eat this much, you'll just stay status quo where you are. But it did say if you increase your unsaturated fats, you will likely stay where you are in weight, or you could lose weight. So unsaturated fats are those that are typically liquid at room temperature, like olive oil, safflower, and sunflower oil. High concentrations of unsaturated fats are also found in olives, David,
Ooh.
avocados, nuts, and seeds. So unsaturated fats are also in fish, avocado, macadamia nuts, eggs, olive oil, Greek yogurt, and grass-fed milk.
Oh, wow. Dang. I listed a couple of those at the top of my head. Woohoo.
Mm-hmm.
A handful of almonds because it kind of fills you up a decent amount.
Yeah.
So probably a good little snack for health reasons. You obviously don't want to eat too many fats, probably in general.
I don't know. If I had a bag of almonds,
That's the issue.
the only reason I stop eating them is because my teeth start hurting.
I was saying, no, I
From
think
chewing
in
them?
saturated fats, you can eat like as many as you want.
Right, as long as you're getting your other nutrients in.
Right, yeah.
Huh.
So like at work, I can tell who's really healthy by the people that eat like nuts. In our like conference rooms that we work in, we oftentimes have snacks.
Right.
And people will put in like requests of what they want. So it'll be like granola bars,
Trail
veggie
mix,
chips,
probably.
smart popcorn, stuff like that. And there's usually like nuts this one person on our team that she'll go through like half the can of nuts in a day.
Goodness.
But I'm like, she's a very healthy person,
Right.
but like that's just like the type of snack she likes. And I was like, I hate nuts. Like I would never just want to snack on them. And even on a different team, there was a girl that her lunch would just be like a big bowl of nuts. And I'm like, what? That's all you eat? And she's like, yeah, it fills me up.
There's a
Dang.
supervisor at my job that he has a big bag of nuts in his desk at all time. And it's like a variety of nuts.
Yeah. So I associate people that eat nuts as very healthy people.
Right. And that also like probably points out why like the Mediterranean diet is so good. They use a lot of like olive oil, Greek yogurt. And, yeah, like a lot of the stuff that you listed that are
Yeah.
pretty good.
Fish,
Like
avocado,
nuts as well.
nuts.
Stuff that they make from those ingredients into
Yeah.
other things.
I like eating macadamia nuts as a snack,
Those are like the top tier.
but they're so
Nuts.
expensive.
Right. That's the beauty of the almond. A market district will have the big old bags of almonds. Sometimes they'll be like half off. I buy them, but I don't go through them fast enough.
I need to get my nut game up.
Right. Almonds are fine, but yeah, macadamia nuts are so tasty.
They're so good.
I just,
Peanuts are pretty good, but they're more active because you have to.
I always think that I don't like nuts, but then sometimes when I try them, I'm like, oh, that's not bad. But I don't know if I would want to just eat them plain like that. I don't know. The only nuts that I know I like for sure is pistachios.
I was gonna say, I was like, pistachios are nuts, right?
Ooh, pistachios
Those
are
are fun.
good.
Pistachios are real good.
But I just hate working for them.
Yeah.
They sell
Did-
bags of already peeled
Yeah.
pistachios, but it is more expensive.
And it's probably, ooh man,
And you would just eat through them
pile
real quick.
drive them.
Because once they're peeled, they're actually not that big.
Right.
But that's why I think peeling the pistachios also helps you fill up because you gotta eat them slower.
In between, yeah.
You know, and eating slower will make you full faster, I guess, with less food.
All right, we gotta get our nut games up, y'all.
Oh, well, that was the last myth.
Yeah.
Last myth.
But yeah, so listeners, hopefully this, I don't know, taught you something about stuff we used to believe.
Open your eyes.
Open your eyes.
How about this one?
Don't be a sheep.
Don't drink the Kool-Aid.
Which one, David?
Is it true that when you're sick, feeling down, injured, that there's nothing that can't be cured by either Vaporu or ginger ale?
I don't know.
That one's up in there.
I like drinking ginger ale when I'm sick, but I don't think it's because it makes me feel better. I
It's
think
just so good.
because I have that association.
You're like,
of
I get a treat.
I was drinking it when I was sick.
Love ginger ale. Ginger ale always tastes so much better when you're flying.
When you're what?
Like, you know, when they
On
offer
an
you drinks on an airplane.
Oh.
That's always my go-to. They list off everything. Well, when I used to drink soda. Cool ginger ale and them little ice cups. Nothing like it.
I get coffee when I'm on a plane.
Dang, you want to be alert on that plane, don't you?
Black coffee. Yeah.
He's like, I'm helping. If this plane goes down, I'm saving us.
I'm lifting it up. Nah, I'd be scared that it'd make me poop.
Yeah, like someone stands up. We're
Right.
hijacking this plane. I'm ready.
He's your
So
jittery.
alert.
Charging
I've
them.
been waiting for you.
I've been waiting for this exact moment.
No, I get orange juice or water.
Orange juice is a good one too. Water always. It's just unfortunate because they serve you the water. Whereas like the other stuff, they give you like a little can or something.
Mm.
It depends on what flight you're on. Because some flights, they just serve you a cup of soda. And then other
They'll give you the
flights, they'll
can.
give you the whole
Yeah.
I'm
can.
like, oh, I must
yeah, 'cause
must
I
be
say a
premium.
lot of flights they'll just use the can and then like they'll
Keep-
keep using that can till it
right,
runs
true,
out and then
true.
open a new one.
They don't want people lining up for the bathroom.
Hmm
Yeah, when I see them pull out the can, it does tempt me. I'm like, maybe I should get a soda.
The ginger ale, I'm telling you. What's the best ginger ale?
I don't drink ginger ale.
I just drink the popular one.
Canada Dry?
Yeah, it's the only one I know.
There's a couple. There's a little debate, but I think Canada Dry is pretty darn good.
Do you guys ever drink ginger beer just by itself? Like not in a mule?
No, I only
No,
buy it for
mostly in a
mules.
mule. It's like really gingery.
Yeah.
I'm
like it.
surprised.
Potent.
I'm surprised Marisol doesn't
Drink
drink
it?
that, or I've never seen her drink it because she loves ginger, but like she likes sushi ginger. I don't know if that's any different.
I think I just drink anything that's fizzy, like with bubbles.
Dude, that's why my go-to now, kombucha. I think it's so good, and I like how it makes me real burpy. It's so tasty. Or agua de kefir, which is like a Mexican thing, I guess.
I don't know.
Oh, I just remembered. David, we should take you to the improv club.
Oh, yeah, you guys went to the show recently. How was that?
It was cool.
Yeah, it was really fun.
Were you guys also active too? Like, did they do like crowd work or stuff? Like,
Yeah,
I know
like
I've seen.
for every bit they did, I guess they asked for suggestions from the crowd.
Yeah.
Ah.
I yelled one out.
Yeah.
But they didn't exactly follow it because
Right.
they're like, give us a moment in time.
Yeah.
And I said, getting engaged, like a proposal.
Yeah.
But then the bit the people did was like wedding dress shopping. So it was like
Mm.
related, but
Tangentially
Yeah.
related.
yeah. Yeah, we went. It was actually really fun.
and there was more people, like more actors, performers than
Mhm.
I expected. Like there was a lot of people.
Yeah, it was like 12 people.
Oh, right,
Yeah.
right. I auditioned for an improv group in college. I think I got a callback, but
You didn't go or you didn't make it?
it was like, no, I did go to the callback because I remember it was the same day as the other callback for the theater troupe I ended up joining.
Mm.
But this was my first semester and I did a half callback at both. Like they worked it out. They're like, oh yeah, that's fine. Just like send them over or whatever. Didn't get into either, bruh.
Dang.
That first semester.
Yeah, this club we went to, they have courses, and you start off at like level 1,
Mhm.
and then 2, 3, and then I think when you get to like 4 or 5, part of your course is to do a performance.
Yeah,
Right.
so this was a course performance.
Yeah.
Okay.
For I think like their level 4 course.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And it's interesting because you get a variety of different people there.
Yeah, I was very surprised because it's like variety of ages, backgrounds, like ethnicities.
Like performers wise or even the crowd wise?
The performers. I
Performers.
think,
Okay,
yeah.
right. So you'd have like college students and like,
And like older people.
Yeah.
right.
Like there was one guy that I'm like, yo, that just looks like, you know, the kind of like a business guy, some guy you see working at
Yeah.
corporate. Like that'd be someone's manager.
Right. Like,
And then there was be like some hippie looking people or like some
Yeah.
people that look like they're teachers. Just like the most random. It was
right.
cool.
Yeah, no, I can see like a college student and like maybe younger people like trying different stuff. But I'm always curious when it's like an older, kind of like more clean cut looking person. Like what, if they're like, oh, I want to shake it up
Yeah.
in my life, or,
And there was like a guy that looked like a jock. Like he definitely worked out.
Yeah. and they're just like, you know what? Probably a great way to meet people, build community.
definitely.
And then, oh yeah, you're getting real comfortable. And you probably, especially with improv, put yourself in uncomfortable situations because you don't know what's going to be shouted out.
They did it in the form of games is how they did it. So it was
Mhm.
like, this is the name of this game. But my favorite one is the performers, like a team of 4 versus a team of 4. And there
Yeah.
was one person performing from each team at a time. And they had to do a motion. So for example, one of the motions called out was washing a window.
Uh-huh.
So they both had to do the same motion. And then they had to describe what they were doing. But they had to like constantly change what they said they were
Yeah.
doing.
Mm.
So it was like, I'm washing a window. Try that on for size. And then it was like, I'm flagging my dad down to pick me up. Try that on for size.
And it was just like whoever broke first.
Yeah, whoever
Yeah.
broke first or had one that like was kind of repetitive or like not that funny.
Yeah.
And they'd be like, we didn't like that one. Switch. But it was pretty cool.
Yeah. No, I remember doing like, it's just like acting exercises, I guess. We would do like the freeze one. You're doing a scene, like, all right, here's your scene, go. And then the 2 people would be interact, 2 or 3 people, and then someone would have to be like, freeze. And then you tap one person's shoulder, and then you take their exact position, and then you like start the new scene.
Yeah.
And it's like, it gets hectic, but it's pretty funny.
They did a story one. They had
Yeah, similar one where you had to make up a story as you go, but the leader had to point at like who was talking next. And if you didn't continue the story or you repeated something, then you were out.
Yeah. No, yeah, it definitely sounds fun. So the next time I'll definitely go check it out with you guys.
And I don't think it's that expensive because the place we went to is $5 to get in. So,
Right.
and they said they have like performances like most days.
I think they said weekends, like every
Okay,
weekend,
weekends.
Thursday through Saturday or Sunday.
Yeah.
That's fun.
I should just sign up David for the classes and be like, this is a gift for you. Now you have to go do these classes.
It's like, all right, pull my leg. Yes, no.
And it would be a great way to meet people.
That's
Yeah.
true.
Especially
yeah.
since like your work is alone.
Yeah. No, true. Shit.
Oh, I had this random thought the other day. When we were there, and we were checking in because we had tickets, the lady asked, "Oh, are you here to see a friend?" And I said my friend's name.
Yeah.
And then the guy behind me is like, "Oh, are you friends with them?" And I'm like, "Yeah." And he's like, "Oh, nice to meet you." And he introduced himself and we shook his hand.
Uh-huh.
And my first thought, or my only thought was, he has very sweaty palms.
Oh, he was nervous.
Poor
And
dude.
I was like, I wonder if my palms are sweaty whenever I shake. Like if there's ever a time it is sweaty.
I have clammy hands. I feel like they're not like overly wet, but they're always just
A little
A little,
moist.
yeah. A little lubricated up.
I don't feel like mine ever are.
No. A little bit.
Hmm.
The fingertips felt a little more. Maybe they're just cold.
Maybe. And I guess I was wondering
No.
if people that are a little clammy, a little sweaty, I wonder if they feel it. Like,
No? Or yes?
The most wet out of ours, but they're still not wet.
They're not sopping.
Yeah.
You ever just like hold a fist and you're like, oh, my hand's a little sweaty.
Oh, 100%.
Really?
If I even for just a couple minutes, I open, I'm like, oh.
Like
gotta-
it's liquid.
Yeah, I have to like wipe it off on something, dude. It's pretty bad. It's I need to get it. You can get like your sweat ducts lasered off or something. I'm gonna have to do that.
I wanted to do that for my armpits.
Dang. Would you also do laser hair removal?
Well, that's what I was looking into it. If you like do the thing to your sweat glands and your armpits, it results in hair loss also. So people say like do the sweat ducts thing first, and then you'll lose some hair, and then if there's still hair, you can do laser hair removal.
And it'll be like less right. Ooh,
Then
and
I
then
don't have to worry about stinking
or hair.
sweating through my shirts.
Wait,
Can't have that.
I wonder if is there any negative side effects to not being able to like release your body heat? Or does your body get released
So you have
elsewhere?
sweat glands all over your body. So
Right.
if you remove the ones in your armpit, you're still fine.
Okay.
Yeah.
But you're like, but if you go crazy, you remove them
But
everywhere.
I think they wouldn't let you to a point, because then you would overheat.
Like,
You wouldn't
enough.
be able to.
your kidneys are just cooking.
You need to be able to sweat.
Yeah. Keep your body temperature in check.
That's why dogs pant, right? Because they don't sweat.
I believe so.
Hmm.
I don't know. That's a myth that we could have looked up.
Right.
Ooh.
Well,
Maybe next time.
for the next Mythbusters.
Next time, 10 myths about dogs that you believe.
I believe let me pet that dog.
That's just my baby dog. Alrighty, well, I guess that concludes this episode. Thank you all for listening. Don't forget to follow us on Instagram, leave us a voicemail, and tune in next week.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.